She's a suburban senior citizen living next door to a construction project, and she says it's caused her driveway to cave in.
CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini spoke with the former school teacher who is frustrated and furious with the owner, the builder, and her village. Dave?
Robin Mai, she fears she's in danger, and since no one would listen, she called the 2 investigators for help. And this is dangerous?
Very dangerous.
87-year-old Therese Seller is in a fight to save her crumbling property. That's where everything collapsed.
Yes. I've done nothing to deserve this.
She and her daughter, Martha Messina, say that back in August, an excavation crew was digging next door where a new house is being built. They say the work caused the collapse of part of Seller's driveway and retaining wall.
So this is what you've been living with for months?
Yes.
This all caved in, and no one's come out to help?
No one.
Because of what they've done, she's got about 4.5 feet of driveway left to get her car through. And that's not possible, not to mention the fact that the ground may not be stable.
It's frustrating.
Now the retired Chicago public school teacher is left with an eyesore that includes dangerous debris and says the landowner and builder have failed to fix the problem.
They've got tubes and boards like this right here.
Seller says the builder even put the wobbly fence on her property without permission.
I mean, this isn't even stable.
No.
In some spots, even plastic was used to hold it up. Sellers is also angry at LaGrange officials who issued the permits.
I deserve to be protected by the village.
Her daughter says she called village officials for help, but no one came out either before the land collapse or afterward.
You would expect that the village would be there to protect you, but obviously that's not their main concern.
5 months later, and Sellers now faces a winter without access to her garage.
Well, what are you going to do when it starts snowing heavily?
Clean it off. It's made me very anxious, fearful, and angry that this injustice has occurred.
She wonders whether the lack of help by the village is because the landowner listed on the original permits is Colin Robertson. He's been a trustee and member on both the LaGrange Police and Fire pension boards.
So the village of LaGrange is making you feel like you don't matter.
They can't imagine my hurt.
An attorney for the village says he's seen no hint of a conflict of interest here and says what happened to Therese Sellers is a terrible, unfortunate accident, and they are working to facilitate the restoration of her property. Colin Robertson, who purchased the property with his wife, and Joe Bisick, the builder, did not return our calls. You know, they write violations for not cutting your grass in that town. Nobody got a violation here.
But they're responding now that you've got it.
The village says they're going to make sure she's made whole, but they won't be able to put asphalt down until maybe April. So you're talking 10 months.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.